Seton Hall.
Mike Davis with the block shot. Larry Davis at the other end. Lang for three. Rebound inside, knocked out of bounds by Cincinnati. Seton Hall started the year 0-3 in the Big East, but they've won their last 3 Big East games. Jamar Nutter is 10th in the Big East in three-point field goals. There's his 39th of the year.
Everybody likes finding a better way to do something.
Cincinnati fell behind 9-0 early. Or Cincinnati took the 9-0 lead, I should say. Seton Hall has cut into that lead a bit. As we look at that Bearcats huddle, Cincinnati team had won 3 of 4 games, including wins over nationally ranked Villanova and Pitt, entering the UConn game the other night. And what a win that would have been, but they couldn't seal the deal. Up by 12 with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, they lose in the last possession right there. They could have added another impressive win to the resume. I mean, they've been the giant killers this year, knocking off a lot of big-time teams in the Big East.
4-3 in the league, in a 6-way tie for 4th place. Out of the timeout, Pirates ball, Harvey to Nutter. Right side to Larry Davis. Each team has a Larry Davis. Left side 3 for Nutter, his 2nd of the day.
And how about Nutter getting it going? Averaging 10 points a game. He can come out and stroke it out of Seton Hall prep. Not too far away from here.
Traveling violation on Warren. So the Bearcats turn the ball over for only the 2nd time today.
And this is what Seton Hall likes to do. They like to turn you over. They like to get out and pressure you, pick you up full court, get some easy breakaway layups.
Hritzenyuk and Williamson back in for Cincinnati's Sykes departs, and so does McLean leave. There's Bobby Gonzalez, who says what he likes about his club is how they never quit. Lang missed the shot, Vaughn with the rebound. Pirates this year have had some amazing comebacks. They've overcome 14, 15, 19, and 20 3-point deficits. And Warren knocks down the 3. John, he's a 25% shooter from 3-point range.
Doesn't matter sometimes when you get it going. You get that confidence flowing. You start feeling good, like Nutter right there, driving to the basket. He's got it going. He and Warren going back and forth.
Right now it's Cincinnati 12 and Nutter 8. He scored every one of the Pirates' points. Number 23, Alvin Mitchell, has checked in for the Bearcats. He is one of 6 freshmen on this very young Cincinnati team. They don't have a single player who's been in the program for more than 2 years.
A lot of youth, a lot of guys out there.
Hritzenyuk set the screen. Left side 3, Mitchell knocks it down.
Cincinnati coming out looking hot right now. Alvin Mitchell out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He can score the basketball.
Only his 4th 3 of the year. He's shooting 12% from 3-point range.
He averaged 33 points a game in high school. So you know he can stroke the basketball.
Lang set the high screen. Here's Harvey. On the rotation, Larry Davis. He hoists the 3 and knocks it down.
Now we're playing basketball. Both teams going back and forth. Now we got some action here at the Prudential Center.
16th 3 of the season for Larry Davis. So the Pirates, 9 of their 11 points have come on 3s. And another 3 for Mitchell. Oh my goodness. He's 3 for 25 from 3-point range. He comes in the game and he makes back-to-back 3s. He might not have even made an appearance on the Seton Hall scouting report.
And this is a guy who was named the Florida Class 4A Player of the Year, a top 30 prospect out of high school.
Nutter. This is like a game of horse. Wow. With 3 threes. Larry Davis with a 3.
Wow. I want to put my shorts on. I want to get out there. This must be a nice place to play. Never played in the Prudential Center, but the rims must be nice.
11 points from the Pirates, or 14 points, and 12 of them are on 3s. 3 threes by Nutter and 1 by Larry Davis. Down low, Hritzenyuk. 2-3 matchup zone. Mitchell, foul line Williamson with a little runner.
And that's a nice runner right there in the lane by Williamson out of Columbus. Little floater.
He's got 4 points on the give and go. 13, Mike Davis had trouble with the handle. Freshman from Brooklyn. Vaughn looks for the steal. Nutter saves. Then Lang to the cutter. Harvey did not stay down. And here comes Warren. 3 on 2. to Williamson. Beautifully executed.
And that's just a nice play by Warren right there. He slowed down, waited for his runners, people filling the lane, and dished it off. And now you see Cincy up 22-14 on Seton Hall here at home.
And Bobby Gonzalez gets another timeout. As we take a look at this play, boy, Cincinnati has really done a nice job of getting the ball from one end of the floor in a hurry.
And you see him right there slow down a little bit, allow Williamson the chance to catch up on the break, and dishes the basketball. And they're actually getting out in transition a little more than what Mike Cronin talked about. He said, hey, we want to slow this game down, John. We want to make this a gritty basketball game. We know Seton Hall likes to go up and down, but right now, they're the ones getting up and down in transition.
Cronin inherited a mess in Cincinnati. Of course, when Bob Huggins left, some of the players transferred out. The assistant coach, Andy Kennedy, became the interim coach. And when he did not get the job on a permanent basis, they lost yet another player. Devin Downey transferred back home to South Carolina. And he didn't have very many players when he inherited the program. He told me at the lowest depths, I would write myself notes last season saying, look, you knew it wasn't going to be easy, and I'd pull out those notes and read them to try to keep my chin up, and it helped.
Yeah, and Coach Mick Cronin, he said, you know, last year he played a lot of guys, played some football players, walk-ons, so it was a really tough year.
Ryan Lang knocks down the jumper. He averages 18 per game, second most of the Big East. He's been the model of consistency this season.
Yeah, he's been really scoring the basketball, and he's a senior out of St. Raymond's High School in the Bronx, so you know he wants to go out with a bang.
Played on a couple of New York City Catholic League championships there. Warren dragged the pivot foot. That'll be turnover number 3 for the Bearcats. Cincinnati trying to put to an end a 3-game Seton Hall winning streak. Tomorrow we'll be bringing you a new feature highlighting the tradition and history of the Big East Conference. Today, let's look at some of the Seton Hall coaches. There's a very young Bill Raftery. When he got the job, his best player that year, Kenny House, and the university president, Father Horgan. P.J. Carlesimo led Seton Hall to its only Final Four appearance in 1989. George Blaney left Holy Cross, spent a couple of years in South Orange, is now an assistant under Jim Calhoun at UConn. And Tommy Amaker took Seton Hall to the Sweet 16, and he is currently the head coach at Harvard. Whatever happened to that Raftery guy? He just sort of disappeared from the face of the earth, didn't he?
Yeah, we know he's all over the television, calling games, doing a tremendous job for ESPN. One of my favorite announcers.
Champion, how you play. A couple of Big East championships under P.J. Carlesimo. They won the Big East tournament in '91 and '93, and the regular season titles in '92 and '93. But back in 1989 was certainly the defining moment in Pirates history when they went all the way to the Final Four and lost by 1 in overtime to Michigan in the championship game in Seattle on a very controversial call, which put Ramil Robinson at the free throw line.
Yeah, I was a young kid. I was rooting for Seton Hall. I grew up right here in Jersey. I remember crying that night. Ramil Robinson and the guy I played with, Glenn Rice, really had a big-time game for Michigan.
Sure did. Out of the timeout, number 25, Augustin Okasin is in for the Pirates. The miss by Harvey. Rebound is pulled down by number 1, Marvin Gentry for the Bearcats. They lead by 6. We've played 9 minutes. Cincinnati 9-10 overall, 4-3 in the Big East. Seton Hall 13-6 and 3-3 in the conference. Gentry, who earlier in the year started it at that small forward spot. Williamson, good look. Young juggled it, but then gets it back and lays it in.
And Young juggled that pass right there, but still was able to finish. And that was a tremendous look by Williamson right there.
Young, his one and only year here at Cincinnati. They had hoped to get him for 2 years. The jumper by Hazel, no good, but he will shoot 3.
And you know they want to get a hand up in his face. I mean, he can erupt. Not a great foul, but he's trying to contest. You don't want to foul a three-point shooter, but when you're running out on a guy like Hazel, I mean, you got to get a hand up because this guy could go off. He could hit 8, 9 three-pointers in a game.
First foul on Mitchell, 3 on the team, so Hazel will go to the line. Bobby Gonzalez told me yesterday that Hazel's maturation as a freshman has really taken his team to a new level, John. They knew in Lang they had a steady Eddie scorer. Harvey's a terrific point guard. Nutter's a perimeter threat. You add Hazel, and now you have 4 legitimate scoring options.
Yeah, that's why they're one of the top scoring teams in the conference because, I mean, he can really stroke the basketball. Harvey can score.